Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. In today's session we will see about dictionaries in Python. So dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pairs. So dictionary is also one of the 4 data type which are used for collection data in Python. So previously we have seen list, tuple and set, and fourth one is dictionary. So dictionary is a collection which is ordered, changeable, and it does not allow duplicate values. And in dictionaries, data is stored in the form of key and value pair. So there will be one key and there will be a value associated with that specific key. As of Python version 3.7, dictionaries are ordered. In Python 3.6 and earlier, dictionaries are unordered. Dictionaries are written with curly brackets and they have keys and values. So if you see the example, mydict, this is the dictionary name, equals to, within curly brackets we have to write key. So brand is a key, Ford is value, model is another key, Mustang is value, year is key, 1964 is value. So this is the dictionary which we can define. It will have combination of keys as well as values. Now let's see practically how we can define one dictionary and let's print it. So let's go to PyCharm. So I'm going to PyCharm. Let's create a new Python file. So I'm creating a new Python file. Let's name it as dictionaries demo. So we have created one Python file. Here I'm going to define one dictionary. Let's say mydict. This is the name of the dictionary, equals to, within curly brackets, so we have to use curly brackets, and within the curly brackets we can simply define first key value, that is, first I am defining key, that is brand, then colon, and we have to define the value name. So I am defining value as Ford, then we have to put comma, then we can define the next key value pair. So again I am going to define one more key, that is model. We have to use colon, and after colon we can mention the value. So value is Mustang. So we have defined another key value pair. Again I am putting comma. One more key value pair we can add, let's say year. We have to add it in quotes, double quotes. After that we can define value. So let's say 1920 is value. So this is how we have added key and value pairs within our mydict dictionary. Now I want to simply print. So what I can do, I can simply use print statement, print mydict. So let's execute this file. So when we run this file, we can simply see the output. So this is our dictionary which we have defined here. It has combination of keys and values. Brand is a key, Ford is value, model is key, Mustang is value, year is key, 1920 is value. So now let's see the next topic, that is dictionary items are presented in key value pairs and they can be referred to by using key name. So here we have simply printed entire dictionary itself, right? We have printed entire dictionary, but if you want to print the specific value, right, if you want to fetch out the specific value, then we can define like this. So let's say I want to print Mustang. This is the value I want to print. So what is the key name for Mustang? That is model. So I can simply use print mydict, and in this we have to simply mention the key name. So what is the key name? Let's say model. So when we execute this, let's execute this, it will print the value as Mustang. Similarly, if I mention year, then it will print 1920. So this is how we can use key value to print the value, right? Duplicates are not allowed. So in dictionaries, duplicates are not allowed. So dictionary cannot have two items with the same value. If you see, dictionary cannot have two items with the same value. Duplicate's value will override the existing value. So let's say we have one dictionary in which if we define year as a duplicate value 2 times. So first time is year is 1965, and if I mention another year 2022, then the duplicate value will override the existing value. So when we print my dictionary, then it will print year as 2022. So let's see the example here. So here year is 1920. Now let's say I am again going to create one more duplicate key value pair. Let's say year. Here I am putting year as 2022. So what will happen now is when we print, let's print entire my dictionary. So when we print the my dictionary, you can see the year as 2022. That is, the duplicate value has overwritten the previous value. Let's move to the next topic, finding length of a dictionary. To determine how many items a dictionary has, we can use the len function. So len function will return how many key value pairs, or simply the length of that specific dictionary. Now let's say this is our dictionary. This dictionary has 3 values. So if we use length of, we can simply print length, in which we can simply use my dict. So what is the length? It will give the output, so it will print 3 because the length is 3 here. 3 key values pair are there. Dictionary items data types. So in dictionary there can be a multiple data types which we can use. For example, if you see the dictionary here, it is containing brand, which is Ford. It is a string value. It can contain a boolean value as well. It can contain a numeric value, or simply it is containing colors as the list data type, right? So dictionary can contain any data type in it. So now let's see practically. So in the same dictionary, we have used string values, we have used numeric value, we can simply use boolean value, that is true. We have to put comma here, and we can also use list as well. So I am just putting one more key value pair, that is colors. In colors, basically there are multiple items which are in the list. So I can use white, red, blue. So let's print our my dictionary. So when we print my dictionary, let's print my dict, it will print entire dictionary, right? So it can have multiple data types in key value pairs. Here it is a string, it is numeric, it is boolean data type, and it is a list, right? So dictionary can have values in dictionary items can be of any data type. Next one is how to access items from dictionary. Now let's see how to access item. So we can access the items of a dictionary by referring to its key name inside square bracket, which we have seen earlier as well. So if you simply mention key name, for example, in the dictionary, if you simply mention the key name, let's say in square bracket we have to mention key name. So let's say I mention model, and if I execute this file, it will print Mustang as a value. So we can access the items by using key name in square bracket. It will print the value. We can also access the items of a dictionary by get method as well. So if you simply use my dictionary dot get method, and in which we have to mention the key, then it will also print the output as value. So let's see practically. So instead of this one, I can simply use my dict dot get method, and within the get method we have to pass the key value. So what is the key value we can pass here? Let's say I am passing brand, and when we execute this file, it will print brand as Ford, right? So it is printing Ford value. So we can use get method as well to access the specific key value from dictionary. The keys method. So for dictionaries there is a keys method that will return a list of all the keys present in the dictionary. So when we print my dict dot keys, it will return all the keys value present in that specific dictionary. So let's say when I am going to print, let's say print my dict dot keys method. So we can simply use keys method. So when we execute this keys method and let's execute this file, it will return all the keys value, right? So brand, model, year, automatic, colors, these are all keys value of this specific dictionary. The list of the keys is a view of the dictionary, meaning that any changes done to the dictionary will be reflected in the keys list. So if any specific new keys added into our existing dictionary, then when we use the keys method, it will return all the keys value. There is values method as well. So values method will return the list of all the values in the dictionary. So instead of keys, if we use, let's say instead of keys, if I use values method dot values, so it will return, when we run this file, so it will return all the values present in our dictionary. So if you see, all the values present in our dictionary are written by using values method. Next one is items method. So items method will return each item in a dictionary as a tuple in a list. So when we use mydict.items, it will return each key value pair as a tuple in a list. So for example, if I simply use print mydict and then we have to print dot items method. So when we use items method, what it will do, it will print every key value pair. So brand and Ford key value pair is written as tuple. So it is written as tuple inside the list. So this is the first tuple, this is the second tuple, this is the third tuple, fourth tuple, and so on. So all the key value pairs are written inside a list. So this is entire a list which contains the tuple, whereas every tuple is basically one key value pair. So that's what items method will return each item in a dictionary as tuples in a list. To determine, now let's say to determine if a specified key is present in a dictionary or not, we can simply use in keyword. So let's say I want to find out if model is present in my dictionary, then I can simply print yes by using in operator. So let's say I want to simply check, I will simply use if method. If model, let's say model is a key value, model in mydict, then let's print model is present in mydict. So when we execute this file, model is present in mydict because this model is specifically present in my dictionary. Instead of model, if I say some random value, this is not present in our my dictionary, so it will not return anything, right? So it is not returning because we haven't added else condition. If we simply say again colors, let's say colors, so colors is also present, right? So it should return this statement, right? Model is present. Instead of this, we can simply mention color as well. So colors is present in mydict. So by using in operator, we can simply check if the specified key is present in a dictionary by using in keyword. We can change the value of specific item. So how to change the value of specific item? So we can do it by referring to its key name. So if I want to change year, which is 1964 to 2022, so we can simply refer that by using mydict in square brackets, the key name is equals to assigning the new value, that is 2022. So let's say I want to change. So I want to change the value of brand. So I want to change value of brand. So what I can do, I can first refer that value. How we can refer that value? That is using mydict key name, that is brand, equals to, we can add new value. For example, I am adding test value. So I am adding test value, and after that let's print entire mydict. So I am just printing entire my dictionary one more time to check whether that value is updated or not. So you can see now, so brand value is updated, right? So key is brand, whereas value is test value. Earlier it was Ford. So we have assigned new value to brand key, right? So this is how we can use, or we can simply change the value of specific item by referring to its key name. Next one is updating the dictionary. So update method will update the dictionary with the items from the given argument. The given argument must be a dictionary or an iterable object with key value pairs. For example, if you see, if I want to update the year of the car by using the update method, so we can simply use mydict.update, in which we can simply mention key value pair. For example, year 1964, here I am updating with year 2020, and then if I print my dictionary, then values will be updated. Now let's see practically how we can do that. So I can simply go to PyCharm. Here let's say we have one defined dictionary already, and I want to update this year 1920 to some another value. So I can simply use mydict dot update. In update method we can simply put curly brackets which contains brand, which contains key and value. So key is year, quotes, not quotes, the colon, and we have to put value. So we want to assign 2023, and then let's print mydict one more time. So let's print mydict after updating the value. So when we print again, if you see, here is 2023. Now here one more thing you have to understand, year was already present. So instead of year, let's say I put some another value, key value, which is not present in our original dictionary. Let's say I am going to add one more value. Let's say type, and type, let's say I am adding electric. So what it will do, it will add this key value pair, that is type electric, into our existing my dictionary. Let's execute this file. If you see output, so here type electric is added, right? So type electric, this is the key, this is the value, this pair is added in our existing dictionary. So this is how we can simply add another key value pair in our existing dictionary as well, by using update method. Next one is adding item. So we have just seen, right? The update method can be used to add item to the dictionary by using new index key and assigning value to it. So here we have used new value, right? Type electric are new values which are not present in our original dictionary. So we can use update method to add new key value pair into our existing dictionary. So the update method will update the dictionary with the items from a given argument. If the item does not exist, the item will be added. The argument must be a dictionary or an iterable object with key value pairs. So we have seen adding items as well. Now let's see remove items. So to remove items, we can use pop method. So pop method removes the item with specified key name. So for example, if I want to remove the model from our dictionary, then how we can use? So we can use mydict.pop method, and we have to pass the key name. So it will delete our key value pair from our pop method. Now let's say I am going to PyCharm. So I want to use pop method now. So I want to remove, let's say, model Mustang from our original dictionary. So what we can do, I will simply use mydict.pop method, and we have to pass, let's say, model. So this will remove this key value pair from our original dictionary. After that, let's print mydict. So let's print and verify it. So when we print it, if you see, the model key value pair is removed from our my dictionary. So this is how we can use pop method. There is one more method, that is pop item method. So pop item method removes the last inserted item. So in versions before 3.7, a random item is removed instead, but from Python 3.7, the last item will be removed if we use pop item method under specific dictionary. So here if you see, there are three key value pairs. When we use pop item method, it will remove year 1964 key value pair from our original dictionary. It will remove the last item. So for example, here if I simply use mydict.pop item method, so when we use pop item method, and then let's print my dictionary again. So what this pop item method will do, it will remove the last value, key value pair. So which is the last key value pair in our my dictionary? So this value. So this key value pair will be removed. So let's run this file. If you see, the last value is removed now. So there is no colors, and this key value pair is not present in our my dictionary now, because by using pop item method, we have removed that last key value pair from our original dictionary. We can also use del keyword. So del keyword removes the item with the specified key name. So let's say I am going to use del keyword del. I want to delete year 1920 from our my dictionary. So I can use del keyword, then simply mydict, del keyword mydict, and in which we have to mention, in square brackets we have to mention the, let's say, year. So I am just mentioning year value. So this year key value pair will be removed from original dictionary, and after that let's print my dictionary. So when we print it, there will be no year value present in our original my dictionary because we have removed it by using del keyword. So del keyword can be also used to remove the specific key value pair from original dictionary. Next one is clear method. So what clear method will do? Clear method will delete all the key value pairs from our my dictionary. So basically it will empties the dictionary. So when we use mydict dot clear method, so it will remove all the key value pairs from our dictionary. So dictionary will be present but it will be empty. So when we print mydict, let's see, print mydict, it will be empty list, empty dictionary, right? So there is no key value pairs present in our my dictionary because by using myDictionary.clear method we have removed all the key value pairs from our original my dictionary. So it will be empty dictionary. That's what we have seen. So we have seen remove by pop item method, which will remove the last key value pair. We have seen the del keyword that will remove the specific key value pair from our dictionary. Then we have also seen delete keyword can be also delete the dictionary entirely as well. So for example, if I delete, let's say I use del keyword, let's say del mydict. So what it will do, it will delete the my dictionary object entirely. So if I try to print my dictionary again, then it will throw an error because it is not there, it is simply deleted entirely, right? So it will say mydict is not defined because delete mydict will delete the my dictionary object entirely, right? So we have seen remove method, we have seen delete keyword which can be used to remove items. We have seen the clear method which will empty the dictionary entirely. It will print the empty dictionary. Now let's see how to copy a dictionary. Make a copy of dictionary by using copy method. So there is copy method. So if I want to make the copy of this my dictionary, I can simply use default copy method. So I will define, let's say, a new dictionary, that is, let's say this dictionary, which should be copy of this my dictionary. So what we can do, so we can simply mention mydict dot copy method. So what it will do, it will create a copy of our my dictionary in this dictionary, this dict. So when we print, let's print this dictionary. So when we print this dictionary, it will be nothing but a copy of our original my dictionary. So this is the first way by which we can create a copy. Another way to make a copy is to use built-in dictionary function. So what we can simply do this time, by using dictionary function, we can simply use this dict equals to dictionary function, in which we have to pass our my dictionary, and let's print this dictionary. So when we print it, it is basically a copy of our my dictionary. So these are the two ways by which we can copy a dictionary. So first one is by using myDictionary.copy method, and second one is by using dictionary function, and in which we can pass our original dictionary. So both will copy the original dictionary into new one. Now let's see how to loop through a dictionary. How to loop through a dictionary. So we can loop through a dictionary by using for loop. So when we loop through a dictionary by using for loop, the return values are the keys of the dictionary. So let's say I am going to use PyCharm. I want to loop. So I will simply use for loop for x in. So I am just using for x in my dictionary. So I want to use for x in my dictionary. Let's print the value of x. So when we use for x in my dictionary, let's print the value of x. So what it will do, it will print the keys value one by one. So when we execute this file, it will print all the keys value. So brand, model, year, automatic, colors. These are all key values that are printed. Now if I want to print the values one by one, so what we can simply do, just a small modification we have to do. So we can simply use print mydict and within square bracket x. So this statement will print all the values present in our dictionary. So it will print all the values present in our dictionary. So this is what we have seen. So we can use for loop. If you directly use for x in my dictionary, then it will print all the keys value. And if you want to print all the values, then we can simply use for x in my dictionary print dictionary name and in square bracket x, right? So it will print all the values present in our dictionary one by one. So that's all about a dictionary in Python. Thank you for watching this video.